Hey everyone, my name is Sovath, aka Anarchist on the internet. It's been a crazy ass week. It's not even over yet. But I just thought, a friend of mine, Hanato, suggested that I make a video about this because it's a pretty unique experience that I've been having. I mean, not that unique, but it's still kind of rare. But start off, when I was 28, I had just gotten a job, permanent job, or at least a job with medical coverage, and so I decided to go get a physical. Prior to that, I'd been having to go to the doctor because, I didn't have medical insurance or anything. Sorry, getting kind of choked up because this is really. Anyways, so I went to get a physical, and my doctor told me I had nephrotic syndrome, which meant something was up with my kidneys, right? So I kind of was kind of thrown back by it because they were telling me that there was something really wrong. And the first doctor I went to suggested that I had a kidney biopsy, and that totally freaked me out. I actually even went to another doctor to get a second opinion, and he suggested that I get biopsy. So I did. It was pretty chill operation, actually. They gave me some weird, some sedative that made me not even care that there was a giant needle going into my back, into my kidney. So it turns out that I had FSGS, which is focal segmented glomerulonephrosis, which pretty meant that there was some unexplained scarring of my kidneys. I mean, it could have been any number of reasons why it caused. Could be genetic, random, could have been all the stupid drugs I've taken in my youth, It's a little too late to regret all that stuff now, But by the time that I was tested, I think I was 28% kidney function, and it was crazy too because I was feeling fine. I didn't feel like I was sick or anything, and it's after the fact you start noticing the symptoms that you have, really foamy urine and stuff. But anyways, so after I found out that I was started going out with my wife, Lana. And so, realizing that at some point in time I was going to have to go on dialysis, which was really hard to get my head around. It was just we did a lot of things like traveling and trying to spend the most of our my time that I had to be free to enjoy life and stuff. Sorry, this is totally unscripted, and I haven't been speaking a lot the last few days, so my voice is kind of weird. So, eventually it came to the point when I think I was around 31 years old. My kidney function was down to 10%, and I had to go on dialysis. And I've been doing that for almost the last 3 years. I'm 34 now. And it was really hard, It's funny too, because I think if I didn't have to go on dialysis, if I didn't have this disease, I would still be doing nothing with my time. But that wasn't the case. Now I had to go to dialysis center. At first it was 2 hours every 3 days, and then as my kidneys got progressively worse, it went to 3 hours every 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it was I had no time, and slowly my energy level went down, my enthusiasm for life went down. It was really, really hard. There was a lot of times when I was just sitting in my car, going leaving work or going to work, just bawling my eyes out, just thinking how unfair life was, I'm used to being sick, As a kid, I had asthma, been hospitalized so many times, had so many blood tests, I'm not even afraid of needles or anything. But just that time taken away from you makes you realize how precious time really is. It's one of the most important things in your life because life is so fucking short. But I'm so glad to have the people in my life, my family, my friends, because as of last Wednesday, it was finally time for me to get a kidney transplant, and the person who was giving it to me was my cousin Chet, who I will be forever grateful to for the rest of my life. I have no idea how I can ever repay him back, but I know I'll be spending my whole life trying to. So on Wednesday of July 8th, it was the day of the operation, and it was scheduled. We were supposed to be there like at 6 a.m. and we both arrived at 6 a.m. We waited a couple out, like maybe 30 minutes in the waiting room. Well, and this was all at the UCLA Ronald Reagan Medical Center. And I kept so thankful to those people there. The care I got there was so amazing. Just blew my mind. That place is so great. And also one thing I want to say is like I've really tried to keep like this whole thing like kind of private. I'm kind of a private person, so I didn't really like reach out to anyone. I kind of like just experienced all within my own world. Like just the immediate people around me knew what was going on because I didn't want anybody feeling sorry for me. It's like I always kind of felt like I brought it on myself the way I lived, you know, not taking care of myself. But it's just too late to regret that now, right? That's in the past. So anyways, July 8th, right? We're in the pre-op, we're getting pre-op, we're like in our grounds, and like it took almost 5 hours to get ready to be operated on. And it was funny too because I was so nervous. I was just like, this is a major operation. I was getting so scared. But because we ended up waiting so long, I was just more frustrated than anything by the time it came around. So when it finally happened, I was like, finally! So the anesthesiologist, I think Dr. Sou, came in. He was really cool. He called me the day before to ask me if I had any questions, and like he covered a lot of my concerns, and I thought that was really nice. That was really dope. And so finally he gives me like a sedative, and he told me like, hey, you know, you won't even remember what just happened right now. But I did, because when he said that, I was trying to remember everything, right? And so I remember being wheeled into the operating room. It's like bright, everything's there, everyone's busy. The reason I guess it took so long is because some of the instruments were missing or something like that. It was kind of crazy, but stuff like that happens, right? Better safe than sorry. So I get into the operating room, and it's like, you know when you're like really tired and you're really sleepy and you're just like sitting there at your desk at work or something and you're just kind of like nodding off? That's what it felt like. Like I had just nodded off, and then when I nodded back, it was over. It was fucking amazing. Like no experience of anything whatsoever. I just remember waking up all groggy from the anesthesia and just be like, I think someone like when I started waking up, someone was like, oh, he's waking up. It's like, hey, how are you doing? It's like the first words out of my mouth were, I'm so thirsty. And then they're giving me these ice cubes that just instantly melted in my mouth and did nothing for my thirst. But I guess when you're like still waking from anesthesia, your body is your mind might be awake somewhat, Twilight Zone kind of stuff, but your whole like digestive system is still asleep. And it actually took a couple of days for it to like kind of wake back up. So you got to be really easy on like taking in food or water or whatever, because you get nauseated and shit. But so yeah, that was pretty funny. It's like the ice cube thing, and everything went good with Chet. Sort of. They like when they were taking out his kidney, they nicked his diaphragm, so it was really hard for him to breathe. And I feel so bad about that. It's like, I wish that things got gone better for him, like more perfect. But in the end, I'm still so grateful to him. It's like, what an amazing dude, man. So selfless. You know, my family was there, my cousins, my dad, my sister, and it just meant a lot to me that they were there. And, like, not everyone could be there because it's like I'm gonna be on like all these immunodepressants, so I'm really susceptible to germs. So even then, I was just so grateful to have those people there with me, because like I wasn't alone, and it really opened my eyes to how grateful I am to my family and my friends. I mean, right before the operation, I sent out an email to everyone telling them what's going on, because I'll be out for a couple months recuperating right now. And then I just wanted to let them know what's going on, and the inflow of support and like well wish to me was like fucking touched my heart so like. And I'm not like a really like emotional person, like outwardly, you know. Privately, maybe introvertly I am, but so amazing, man. I have such good friends and family. I consider pretty much everyone family, you know. But anyways, I get wheeled into like, I wake up in recovery. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. I'm under anesthesia still, and they wheel me up into a recovery room. I mean, the room I'll be recuperating in. And it was just so amazing the care I got. Everyone was just so, the nurses were amazing. Everyone was so caring. I was told super loopy, like Lana was there with me the whole time. So grateful to her. She is an amazing, amazing person. I'm so glad to have her in my life. I feel so lucky for everything, you know? Being free of dialysis, being able to like have some modicum of health. It's like some people take that for granted, and you just can't. You just can't. Anyways, oh man. Sorry, I was checking to make sure everything's still running. Anyways, what else can I say? So within the second day, you know, I'm still groggy on pain meds, so like still dealing with all the medicines. Some of the pain meds were giving me like a baggage. Like everyone's like the nurses there, the doctors there. The surgeon who worked on me was Dr. Veal, and fuck, that dude's amazing. He's like making jokes to me, saying like, "Oh man, it pretty much transplanted itself," which is really cool, man. Just having a good attitude, and people were just telling me how well I was doing, and I was doing incredibly well. Like for a major operation like this, I'm so surprised that I went home 4 days later. Like the second day, I was standing up, which, to be honest, was really hard actually, especially after laying down, being on these meds. The pain meds make you so loopy. Second day, I was standing up. Third day, I was walking around. The only thing that I had to complain about was the catheter in my dick. That shit was irritating as fuck. Chet's kidney was fucking on overdrives. That dude is... It was amazing. I was pissing so much. I'm still pissing in shit load. Like I'm supposed to be drinking water like every chance I get. And I'm going like every 15 minutes. I feel like an old man, but if this is what it takes, this is worth it, man. This is way worth it. What do I want to say? So, you know, I've been home. It's Tuesday now. It's only been, 6 days since my operation. Everyone telling me I look good. To support the people, my family that came visit me in the hospital. I can't describe it, how touching it is, man. I mean, I don't want to sound so emo and gay, but you just can't take it for granted. It just made me realize how important my family is and my friends. It's just so cool. Life is just so good right now. Can't even describe it. So, the care I've been getting, like I went to my first clinic, like follow up on Monday, and then they're just on it, man, on it. They're just like looking at everything, every little detail of my blood test, and just adjusting my medication as I go. It feels like I'm in such good hands, especially with Lana here. Like today, she went back to work, but the last couple of days, I mean, I think it's brought us closer, and I thought I was in love more than I could possibly be, but that is so wrong. I'm in way more in love with her than ever before. So good. Can't wait for our wedding in October. Anyways, I don't know what else can I say. Thankful to my family, my friends. I'm a new person, you know? That's so trippy. Modern medicine is amazing. Anyways, so I'll be trying to make more of these vlogs. See how everything's going. Everything's good right now. My potassium is kind of like up there because right after the surgery they told me I can eat whatever I want, and like while I was on dialysis I couldn't eat any of that because my kidneys can process it, like potassium, phosphorus, whatever. So I've been eating a bunch of pasta and tomato soup, and like the doctor was all like, you should like chill out on that. I'm like, okay, I understand. At least we know why it's up, and it's not because the kidney is failing. Actually doing really good. Doing fantastic. I'm so grateful. Man, I'm so glad for this experience because a lot of people take life for granted, you know, and I don't have that option. I'm grateful for it. Life is good. Anyways, I guess this is how I'll just end this video. But thanks for watching. If anyone cares, thanks anyway. If you don't, I don't care either. Alright, bye.